kinetochores. And then what are the kinetochores starting to do in prophase? So we talked about another word, those lines that you might have drawn on your paper. What are we talking about? What about you, Oscar? Do you remember what those lines were called? You remember. So, could anyone from the class try and help out Oscar? What are they called? Thank you, TK. Thank you. Really good. Spindle fibers. So we see those starting to form in prophase, right? And so if I were drawing this, I would sort of write these little outreaching fibers, these lines coming out, right? Okay, and then, so just to recap, what is happening to our nuclear membrane, our NM? It's very clear up here in the corner. It is starting to what? What about you, Anna? What did we say it was starting to do? You weren't here yesterday, but we talked about it just now. Did anyone help Anna? Someone who's not Briseño helping Anna. They're what? It's fading away. It's sort of starting to disintegrate. And what is happening to the outer cellular membrane? Is anything happening to it? Not yet. No, not yet. And what form of DNA are we calling our DNA now officially? Yeah, and then what are kinetochores doing, just to repeat? They're starting to form the what? Spindle. Okay, you know, spindle fibers. And moving on, what is the M stand for? Oh, what was that, TK? Metaphase. And what is the big root in metaphase that helps us remember? Like, what does it start with? Yeah, and why would, it doesn't like to write on that side. So why would this be helpful, specifically to M? Because it stands for what? Middle. And what is happening in the middle? Wait, actually, I want a volunteer for this one. We got one for interphase who's not Briseño this time. This one's one of the easier ones to demonstrate. Sam! Could you please come help demonstrate metaphase? I will help you.
Yes.
Do it. Come on. Can we cheer on Sam? Say, woo, Sam! Come on. I think you can do it. What? No, we will help you. I will help you draw it. And you'll oh my gosh. You'll help draw it with all of us, right? We're all learning. No? Is that a hard no? Briseño, would you like to come help and draw a second example? But I am going to get a volunteer for our later phases. Wait, did you change your mind? Did you want to come? Yeah, I'm not going to force you to get up in front of the class if you don't absolutely want to, but I want us to feel comfortable. Okay, so we have talked about our nuclear membrane. What is happening to our nuclear membrane in metaphase? What our nuclear membrane is expanding? It's fading, or has it? Has it fading, or has it fading? Is it still there at all?
No.
What? But where'd it go? Because where did it disappear? Interphase, or not interphase, prophase, right? Yeah, so we no longer have our nuclear membrane. So we'll do that. Keep track of that. Big circle, we do still have. That's our cellular membrane, always going to be there. And what's happening with our chromosomes? Yeah. Where are they? Someone I haven't heard from yet. There. I heard heard it correct over here. I think I've heard from you, Sam, but where are they? In the middle. Woo. Are they in the middle like that, though? So, I love, what is correct here? And these two are called the what? Kinetic cores. And how can we remember kinetic cores? Like from physics, what does kinetic mean? Moving. And what are they moving? What? Yeah, our DNA, they're moving our chromosomes. So they're moving chromosomes, and I like that you put them on the opposite sides. But what? Can anyone maybe help? What's a little bit different about this? Where can we, specifically with the red chromosomes? In the middle. And like they're in the middle, but specifically they're lining across the, can anyone remember? Oh, I heard it over here. Yeah, metaphase plate. They're lining up in the metaphase plate, right in the middle. And so I would draw that more just like along a straight line. That's kind of hard because that is a kind of big marker, right? See, it's harder than it is. Yeah. Good, good. So along the metaphase plate. Yes. Oh, actually, no, wait until they. Sorry. Good. And what is happening to our spindle fibers? Ooh, she's ahead of us. Our spindle fibers in this example. They're connecting to what? What is our DNA called in this step? You'll say? What is our DNA called? We started calling our DNA something in prophase, and then we switched it from chromatin to chromosomes. So they're connecting to our chromosomes. This is where you'll see your spindle fibers like starting to directly attach themselves. So note where the kinetic cores are, note where the chromosomes are lining up. This one's easy because it's in the middle. And then notice that the spindle fibers are attaching. And why are they attaching? In preparation for, what's our next phase called? What? I heard it from a volunteer over here, but I've told you I'm hard of hearing in this ear. Valerie, what's the next step after metaphase? Anaphase, thank you. And I would like a different volunteer who is comfortable for anaphase. So we have another